Welcome back to the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. I'm your host, Howell Mabalot, and you're watching On the Corporate World every Friday from 12:10 p.m. to 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. You're watching us live in the Philippines via G Satellite Channel 1 and Destiny Cable Channel 8 and Sky Cable Channel 213 and all over Southeast Asia via G Satellite Channel 1 and all over the world via gnntvasia.com. We're live, and beside me right now is Dr. Rosalinda D. Evangelista to talk about bookkeeping, accountancy, and how mathematically gifted people can share seats with those who are not to study the basics.
Yeah, the fundamentals.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
Ayan po. So, Doktora, ano ulit itong ating course that you offer?
It's bookkeeping and accounting and other areas of management, because you cannot, expertly discuss other areas of management without, a numbers background.
Okay, so people would dream of becoming a manager, a CEO, a CFO, a COO, having their own business. But without the knowledge, the basic knowledge about accountancy and bookkeeping, will they be able to make it?
They will, with the help of the CFO and the accountants. But are you sure that they do
They're telling
really
the truth?
understand,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Are they telling the truth?
Oh, yeah,
Is there no
yeah.
corruption behind it or under it?
Oh,
So,
you have to know how the controls.
Okay,
You have
so
to know the fundamentals for
we-
you to be able to discover.
okay. So without naming names, naming names and organizations, have you found evidences of corruption in any organization, be it private or public, in the Philippines?
I would say it's everywhere if you are not in
It is
control of the
everywhere. It is
situation.
everywhere.
Yes, it's everywhere. If, let's say, the controls are not in place, you have people not working or observing office hours, right? Then therefore, if they don't use up the office hours, instead they're using just the cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
So
agree.
meaning you don't have effective use of the hours of work.
Okay. Now, so Doctora, so you mentioned a while ago that this course is for everybody.
Yes.
The youngest participant you had was how old?
Just a high school graduate.
High school graduate.
Taking accounting and want to be sure that he or she understands what accounting is all about before starting college.
Okay, so it's a summer course they'll be taking up.
It's a course every month, offered every month.
Okay, so
Yes.
what are the subjects? What are the topics? And how long is every topic?
It's actually a review class, right? Where you actually refresh the knowledge of the accounting graduates or non-accounting graduates. So even if you don't have accounting background, you attend it. Okay, there is a very, very, easy approach to handle
Easy
the
approach.
Yeah, it's just increase, decrease, which is not being handled in school.
Ayan. Okay, so genius simplify things.
Yes.
So as a genius, you simplified teaching numbers
We
to
have
your students.
to, even if they are graduate school students. Because actually, if you lack the fundamentals, how would you be able to survive asking the very difficult questions?
That's right. So for example, there's this one single mom who'd like to put up for example, a toasted siopao store. And she's good at it. But what will be the first course she'll be taking up under your organization?
She may or may not attend the course because there are bookkeepers around town. She should focus on the marketing of the product rather than doing the books.
Okay. So instead of her doing the books,
Yeah.
she can outsource.
Yes, she can outsource, and there are a lot of accountants available to do bookkeeping and accounting, right? And
Okay.
it's best that you get it from somebody else than you doing it.
So
Later on, you don't
your
know.
focus is mainly on developing the product and marketing it.
Should be.
But for those who are interested in becoming freelance bookkeepers,
Oh, there are a lot of big bookkeepers around town.
should
and
bookkeepers be CPAs?
No.
No.
In fact, I know somebody, he is into bookkeeping. He charges only $300 a month, and he has 10,000 clients. And I've been telling my students about it.
10,000 clients, 300
Pesos
pesos
a
a month. Do
month.
the math. How much?
3 million.
A month.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you
I
have
want to be a
get-
bookkeeper.
Yes, you can do it. And there are a lot of bookkeepers to help you out do the 10,000 bookkeeping engagements.
Wow.
Because everybody needs to keep books of accounts, personal and professional.
Especially with Kim Henara's stricter, more disciplined way of
Yes.
collecting the revenue.
And
tax.
she's a CPA lawyer as well.
Yeah,
She
that's
knows her numbers. And I heard she was even trained abroad to be able to, improve the tax system in the Philippines. She went to IRS.
Ayan. Grabe, IRS talaga.
Oh, syempre, we have to benchmark.
I agree.
We need the
Do you
benchmark.
believe that Filipinos are global?
Yes, I do.
That
Everywhere.
we have the potential to be globally competitive?
Yes, we do.
So
And
what do we need aside from the numbers, aside from the competence, to be globally competitive?
I think accounting is good enough as long as you can communicate the numbers and as long as you do your work, as long as you observe rules, policies, and procedures, then you leave a mark in the company. It's easy to be promoted globally.
Wow. And well, about accounting in the Philippines, is it the same in other parts of the world? Because we know that when you study law in the Philippines, it's different. When you go abroad, you have to study some more.
Accounting is classic, right? The fundamentals are the same.
So
The
numbers,
textbooks are the
it's
same.
one language.
It's one language. Actually, mathematics is the global language
It
where you
is,
have
it
added up,
is.
subtract, multiply.
Yes.
And accounting is the business language.
It's the business language, it's the
Yes.
global language. So for those of you, mga may anak na mga high school graduate, undecided on what course to take, what do you suggest? That
I suggest they start, in high school. There's a bookkeeping subject in high school, right?
So there are subjects like that right now.
Yes, yes. In fact, actually, bookkeeping is actually part of accounting. You have to remember. And bookkeeping can be taught in high school.
And you mentioned a while ago that since bookkeeping is not exclusively for CPAs, so how long will be the preparation for them to be equipped and competent in handling and keeping the books of companies?
Okay, you start with the fundamentals. And you start doing debit credit. You have to do a lot of practice. Then later on, you can enroll in school, right? And as you move on, understand the reasons for, the lessons that you learn in school.
Ayan.
Because without the fundamentals, you'll just be memorizing.
And then people who memorize are good for just teaching.
Oh, if you memorize, at the end of the day, you might not be able to answer, a question in an examination.
And that's the reason why they fail.
That's the reason why they fail. The preparation in basic accounting is the problem. Bookkeeping should be the start.
Is bookkeeping, is numbers, is it fun?
I would say so, yes. As long as you do a lot of practice, then later on you're gonna love the numbers. Then you now have you can start using your knowledge in earning a living.
There's this belief, the belief that if you're in numbers, you should be introvert, a person whose thoughts are internal, and somebody who never really socialized well. What can you say about that?
No. Actually, you can socialize on the side, but in the meantime, you really have to focus
So
on
from
the
8
numbers.
to 5, you have to really focus on the numbers.
Well, not really, right? You can, budget your time. If you really want to learn, like in the board exam, you cannot just study one subject in the board exam. You have to program, the subject, so that by the time you take the board exam, you are ready.
Ayan.
Completely ready for the exam.
So, Doctora, how many more CPAs do we need in the Philippines?
A lot more,
A lot
because
more.
they're going abroad.
They are. So is there brain drain in the Philippines?
I would suppose so, because we have a lot more, in here. There are a lot of offices wanting a CPA, but CPAs are so difficult to get. So they settle for the new graduates, but the new graduates have to undergo skills training.
So
for them
in the
to
end, the
become-
company suffers because of that.
Yes, remember?
So I believe not only CPAs are going abroad, but doctors and nurses and architects, all sort of professionals are migrating, not really, but working abroad is the main thing.
I want to tell you, there's no place like home.
There's
no
I
place
agree,
like home. The dollars are here. You just
The dollars are here.
The dollars are here.
So open your eyes, the dollars are
The
here.
dollars are
Why
here.
are the dollars here?
Because actually, there are companies in the Philippines, especially in Laguna and Batangas. They are foreign companies. The problem is some of the CPAs don't like to, travel.
From Manila to
You really
Laguna
have-
or settle in
yes,
Laguna.
yes. And there are non-CPAs earning big sums of money in Laguna and Batangas.
Wow.
Non-CPAs who failed the
Non-CPAs.
board exam, right? They do understand what accounting is all about. That is how it works.
Wow.
The problem is we want to work in Manila.
Okay, so how do we convince the young people, especially now, whose attention span is nanosecond, who's more into Facebook and all those social media accounts, who's into playing Dota and not focusing on studying their subjects more? So how can you convince them
I
to
think
prepare for the future and take a course accountancy so that they will be ensured of a better, brighter future ahead?
I think it should start with the family.
So did you come from a
A
family
very
of
strict
accountants?
family.
Strict
No, I'm
family.
not. I'm, what is it? My father is a philosophy graduate.
Okay, and the
My
mom?
mom is a teacher. Nobody is an accountant.
And
But
then-
my dad started teaching me accounting and later on gave up. And I had to do it on
On
my
your
own.
own.
Right? And actually, I think the discipline I got from the family.
Okay, so, wow.
I never give up my integrity.
So it's the influence of the family that,
Yes, the discipline that I had. You cannot leave home earlier than 30 minutes before going to school. And every time we go home, our schedule is checked. Okay, and afterwards, if you have that discipline, you will have to carry it on up to today.
I agree. Because the students that I have, there's all CPAs. During the peak seminars that I conducted at the main office, most of them are from rags
Yes.
to being well off. to
Yes, it's
rags
easy.
to riches.
Yes, yes.
And they said that since they were poor but they had the brains, they took up accountancy. So it is about not only the brains, but you said about the discipline.
The discipline. You don't have. It's not necessary that you have the brains, as long as you have the
The
skills.
tenacity to study.
Yeah, and, okay.
And then pass.
And the ability to explain, right? Because okay, employers are waiting for the explanation rather than the reports.
That's right. I agree. So, Doctora, did it brush off on your kids? Are your kids CPAs as well?
I have 2 kids who are CPAs.
Wow.
Yes. So one went to America, the other one is in Singapore. My daughter went there with a tourist visa.
And then eventually-
Later on, got to work, but the pay was low. And I said, what are you doing in there? Take the CPA exam. The CPA exam in America is very easy. What is found in the book is given in the exam.
And she passed?
And that's but fair, right? And she passed
and
with
she
flying
passed.
colors,
Wow.
higher than the average in the Philippines.
Wow.
Yes,
that's
and now
great
she's
news.
an officer of a water company in California.
Earning millions.
No,
Convert-
still,
Yes.
Philippines is the home.
Yes, Philippines is our home.
Yes.
So wow, it's good to know that it rubbed off on your kids, and that we believe that Filipinos, with the right discipline and of course, brain works, they will make it globally.
Yes, even if without brain, as long as you want to be successful, you can do it.
The tenacity to be successful.
Yes, because I'm just an ordinary student in school.
And now look at you, ma'am.
No, earning just money comfortable enough to earn.
We will not discuss how much you're earning, but I know how much you are earning.
No?
But you know what? That would be enough to tell the people out there that if they want to make it big, they should be taking up accountancy. So don't go away. We'll be right back.